Okay, I see you, David.
I want to first of all start off with I don't understand why you all tell customers that calls are being recorded for quality control purposes, but when we need to go back and find out what the customer was told or what happened, you can't conveniently locate that information. And that's a problem for me. I had a conversation with you all yesterday. The right hand is not communicating with the left hand, which is the reason why I'm calling you today. The gentleman actually ended up hanging up on me after he insisted on putting me on hold, and he literally hung up. I don't know if he made any notes on the system, but most likely I'm gonna need to speak to his supervisor. We originally applied for a short sale for this customer. Because of the type of loan it is, you all told us that we needed to apply for a loan modification first, which is understandable because I do this for a living, and I do know that FHA loans require that. So my customer did the application over the phone as instructed. We checked on the file every week. We would call and see what the status of the modification. The last 3 weeks, it was in review. When I called you all on Friday to let you know that the customer has received a judgment where you all have sued him and a judgment was entered in y'all's favor, I called to get updates and we were told that there was no loss mitigation in review. I was on that call, okay? But now there's no record of any type of loan modification or short sale at all.
Hopefully,
Yes, ma'am.
we'll get some more clarification and he'll be able to help you further. Thank you for thanking me. Y'all can go on.
Thank you, ma'am.
So she did bother me with a couple things, and I do know that one of them charge doors have to go through the retention options. Now she said you guys did submit an application. Can you tell me around when they was?
Yeah, it was on May 20th. And it's funny that you said that because when I talked to Daquan yesterday, he act like that wasn't a requirement. So anyway, but go
You
ahead,
said
sir.
date one.
Yeah, you have somebody named Daquan or something. I'm pretty sure it's Daquan because I asked him to verify his name.
So and that's why I don't see that name on
You
file.
did you see
Well,
any
she
notes
said
from
that I'm like I
yesterday?
didn't see, but I see it. Andrew.
Well, that's what he told me his
Yesterday.
name was because I would have remembered Andrew, but nevertheless, he ended up hanging up on me. Yeah.
All right.
Yes, let me
And
tell you,
gave you
let
guys.
me three of us on the phone and one of my agents who also is authorized on this account. We were told exactly what you just said. In order for us to request a short sale, we would need to go through a loan modification first. So all that was going on, and up until last Friday, I get Paula on the phone, and Paula was like, "No, there's no loss mitigation, there's no application, there's no nothing." But here's the deal: she said, "Well, the only we I could see the application, but the disclosures were not done. So can you get the customer on the phone now so he can do?" I said, "He's at work, and he works during the daytime. He's prohibited from using his phone, which is the reason why I'm authorized on the account." We can get that going because you guys have a judgment entered against this customer. He was sued by you all and was not even aware of it until Friday when he got a copy of the judgment. And I said, okay, he sent it to me on Thursday. I said, we'll get on the phone and call the mortgage company on Friday, which is how we got Paul on the phone. So she said, even though there's a judgment, we can still work this out. And you all need to do the application and the disclosures, and we'll get that process opened up and we'll get it going. My client called you yesterday, got Daquan on the phone, and he said, no, well, we can't do the application. We can't do any of that. And apparently, my agent, he mentioned her by name, she got it all confused and said, no, we're not trying to do a loan modification. We're trying to do a short sale, and we're trying to sell the property.
But the person that notated that account yesterday, so okay. So it may have been the 18th because I see a voicemail was left on the 20th, but the call that said, give you permission to speak with Carmen,
Carmen is my
member
agent.
of this call. Mm-hmm. Okay. And on this call only, and advised modification, it has not been approved at this time. So, and that's where I'm. So, to me, whoever you spoke to on that date, seen something, then it was submitted. So that's why I want to get a manager and look at it and see if I missing anything.
Yeah, because
And
that sounds very accurate to us. You can't be denied for a modification if you did never apply for it.
not exactly. So that's why I mean that's my point because I don't see no decline letter. I don't see the like when we first send the account over to underwriting and we run the script to send it over. What it does is the system automatically sends out a letter acknowledging that you submitted an application.
Okay.
I don't even see that letter, and that's what's my concern.
Gotcha.
So if the person originally submitted you guys made some sort of error and it didn't go all the way through,
Okay.
that could be the problem.
Understood. Okay.
And that's what I need to figure out so I know what the next steps is. Whether that's we start the process, or we can pick up from where that account left off.
Understood. Now, sir, that sounds so much better than him telling my client that my agent changed the scenario altogether and said we were trying to sell the property and not trying to modify it.
Well, even just FYI, even if the agent did say that, she didn't have the
She
right to
exactly. She has no authorization to do
The
that.
borrower would need to do that.
Yes, sir.
So just, I need you to bear with me 1 second.
Understood.
Like I said, I'm gonna get somebody to give me an answer, so I know how to move this account forward.
Understood, sir. Thank you.
Not a problem. 1 second.
Okay.
With review is I guess you could say a white term, and the reason why I say that is because we're trying to do the short sale. What the rep did on that call on 5 was sent out the workout package. Now, in order to initiate the review from that, the package has to be sent back, and that's why the account doesn't show anything like received back, or so it didn't initiate any type of review.
While you all were telling us that on that first phone call, I actually went on your website and downloaded it. I have that package, and we were told that we did not need to fill that out.
So now, if you still have the packet, I would say fill out that packet and send it in.
Okay.
If you don't, I can willingly send it to the borrower as well. So that way, if you guys need the printout, it can be sent out to him as well.
Okay.
But that per the manager, that's the next and best step to get it started. Once we get that package received, is once they can start the initial retention option, then you decline the retention options, and then they can move it into the short sale. And again, he said that he do see the notes from Fine. That's when the initial conversation started. And he helped me find it, because I'm not gonna lie, I did not see that at first.
Okay.
Because I was looking for a package being submitted via like the over the phone conversation. And that's what I was looking for. So I didn't see it.
So I'm looking at the M&T package, which is 14 pages long. Is that the same one you're referring to?
Exactly, yes.
Okay. I'll tell you, we could have filled this thing out a long time ago, but we were told every time we called to follow up, it's in review, nothing else is needed at this point. This could have been filled out. So my question is to you, is it too late? Because you guys have a judgment for $94,000. Is it too late to even fill this out, or do we just need to go ahead and...
No, I would say get it done as fast as possible.
Okay.
And I'm going to do one even better for you. I'm going to give you my extension. I don't handle short sales. I can at least get you to the point where that account is up and running and into our underwriter's hands to start to look at.
Understood.
So I'm going to give you my extension. You can have your borrower call me.
Okay.
But and again, I'm keeping it honest with you. Once the account reaches the short sale part of things, it's going to be transferred to another person, because I don't handle short sale.
Understood. And that's fine. What is your extension?
My extension is 8.
Okay.
And that's not even a person that signed. The person that signed to your account is an extension.
Okay. We never spoke to him. Okay. So now how do you want this information sent to you?
I think it's the second page, it should give you an email address.
Okay.
Scan it and email it to that email address.
Okay. We'll take care of that immediately.
Okay.
All right. And then once you have it, how long does it take? When do you think we should follow back up with you?
I'll take follow up in a week. Call
Okay.
me, and then I can tell you if we received it. Once we have it received, they should have in the system that we received it. The borrower should get an acknowledgement letter, and then it should go on from there. That's what I'm going to be looking for when you call me after it's submitted.
Understood.
And then they'll tell me if anything is missing, and then we can go over those things just to get the ball rolling and get things started.
Understood.
I apologize that it's taking so long.
Yep.
But the sooner you get it in, the faster the better. So
Okay.
we can get a hold on this foreclosure or whatever it is in status. So let me see where they're actually at in foreclosure. So no sale date is scheduled as of yet, so that's a good thing.
Okay.
I do see the judgments for as a 6-9, but we still want to get things moving before we get to the sale date.
Makes sense.
Scheduling the sale date.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much. We'll get this over to you. Alrighty. Thank you so much for your assistance. I really appreciate you.
Not a problem. Thanks for making me enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, folks. So again, the whole message here is being persistent. I have a lot of training on my YouTube channel, Let's Talk Real Estate with David and Company, specifically on how to communicate with the mortgage company, regardless if you're applying for a loan modification or a short sale. Anytime you're communicating with the mortgage company, it tells you exactly what you need to do. It is just kind of unfortunate where people at the mortgage company is misleading you and telling you different stories and then blaming other folks. It's very irritating. So anyway, thank you again for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon.